Welcome to Teen Up, a podcast that digs deeper into the thoughts of teenagers' mind about the wonders of the world.
If you're new here, I'm your host, Isabella.
And I'm Glenn. If you're not, welcome back.
Here is a quick disclaimer. We are two teenagers that are doing our best to research everything. However, we are not experts, so if we offend anyone or say something wrong, we want to apologize in advance. Please email us to tell us what was wrong. Thank you. Well, welcome to our podcast. Why don't you introduce yourself and what is something that you would like to share with our audience?
Hello everyone, this is Prisha, a 16-year-old from India. I'll just tell you guys a little about what I do just to make this conversation flow smoothly. So, I have a small business named Crayons, and I'm also the creative director of a student led non-profit organization named Flemeur. Apart from that, I'm also a content writing intern at a company called Reflection. And when I'm not working for any of these, you can find me immersed in writing my debut book or shooting videos for my YouTube channel, along with studying, of course. So I think that's me. And today we're going to talk and know more about my small business, my organization, as well as some fun topics such as self care and mental well being. So I'm quite excited to start this conversation, and thank you so much for having me here.
Of course. Yeah, we're happy that you're able to join us today. Now moving on to the second question here. What motivated you to create Crayons?
So, back in December 2020, I just made a journal randomly for my elder sister's birthday as a gift. And everyone, including my sister, really liked and appreciated it. So, that made me think that journals are fun to make and they are something which helps people as well. So, maybe I can start a small business. And I've always believed that self care and mental well being are an integral part of our lives. And hence, I made those two our main niche, and I love to say all of our journals and diaries work towards the well-being of your mental health, and it helps you in experiencing self-care and self-love. And hence, on 7th May 2021, Crayons was born.
Wow, that was really inspiring.
Yeah, and this backstory for it, it's amazing how you took care of your family and people around you, and you think that you can expand this beyond your life and make a change to other people's lives.
So I just want to ask a question. What do you include within your journals?
So I have a wide range of journals and diaries. So it is customizable. I mean, it's customizable according to your budget. So we make study planners, we make burn books, we make travel journals, and self-care and self-love journals are our best sellers. So it is completely customizable. And we include, self-care and self-love parts and quotes, and helps you in experiencing self-love and self-care, and it helps you in encouraging yourself in total.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do find journals really helpful within this journey.
Same.
So when you mean by journal, you mean like in a traditional sense, like me writing down my feelings of a day, or?
Yes. Yeah, so currently we are just doing like the traditional handmade journal stuff, but in the future we are planning to go online as well, since after the pandemic online is such a good thing, right? So we are planning to take it online as well, but currently it's just the traditional way.
I see.
Oh, okay.
So online, you mean like write the journals on your laptop instead of writing on a paper physically with a pen?
Yeah, I mean, we'll create, maybe PDF journals and PDF diaries, and send it across to the people.
Well, that sounds great. Throughout this journey, is there any difficulties that you had to face to get to where you are today?
I would say that the most difficult part was dealing with my own thoughts and insecurities. because while I was starting the brand and making my first products, I had lots of self-critical thoughts. And as a person, I am quite self-critical, and like I had thoughts like, who would even buy these things, and this is a bad idea, why am I even wasting my time. So these thoughts went on for a long time, I won't lie, but I guess I grew past it and I started respecting my work more, and I just grew as a person.
Yeah, well, that sounds great. Okay, what about Flemeur?
So, Flemeur is a non-profit organization founded by my dear friend Ifat Ikram, who's also 16, by the way. And our organization's main idols are mental health and equality. And our sub idols are acceptance, feminism, body positivity, and breaking stigma. And we work towards spreading awareness about our idols and sub idols. So far, we have conducted several webinars and online events. We have also collaborated with a number of other organizations who serve for the same cause. Some under process events are coming up as well, like the Pen Pals program, which is for people to interact with other people from different countries. Apart from that, we'll also be conducting a learning session where some of our members will go to orphanages and NGOs to educate the children on the mental health and equality scenario in the country. So yes, I think that's all about Flemeur.
I think that is a very inclusive organization that you have. What is the initiative of this organization?
So our initiative is to spread awareness about our idols and sub idols. So we work towards to spread awareness regarding mental health and equality. So yes.
So is it just mainly to spread awareness, or do you do something to make a difference? Because you said like you guys go to orphanages and NGOs and work with them. And when you work with them, what kind of job exactly do you guys do?
So we expect to bring a change in the society because, especially I'm from India, and in the Indian society, not a lot of people are aware about the mental health situation in the country, or when we talk about feminism. So we tend to, like make people more aware about our idols, because once people are aware, then only we can expect a change in the society, right? And we as the
Mm-hmm.
youth, since we are much more aware as the youth, thanks to the internet, so it definitely concerns us, and we want to create a very safe and equal society and equal environment for our next generations to come. So we just want to play a small part in bringing the change.
That sounds amazing that you guys are doing this.
I agree. So, what are your influences so far after creating this organization?
Yes, so through our webinars and events, we have reached a lot of people, and I hope that we have influenced them in a positive way. And our organizations, like all our members, say only one thing, that even if we change the mind of even one person for good, it just means a lot to us, and it will just mean the world to us. So I think through our webinars and events, and since we are also going to do the NGO thing where we'll go to orphanages to educate people, so through this, I think we are influencing people in a good way, and we can just hope and wish, to create a positive impact.
What about those around you, like your family, your friends? Do you feel like you have influenced them?
So, I grew up in an Indian family, and Indian parents and Indian, people who are older in India, not the youth, they are not very aware about mental health or LGBTQ or feminism. So, I think after I started working in Flemeur, I started it during May 2021 as well. So around that time, I myself knew a lot, I myself got to know a lot of things about LGBTQ, about mental health, So I kept on talking to my family about it, to my friends about it. So, I think, talking more about these ideas and talking more about this definitely changes the mind of people and definitely makes them more aware about it. And we have also been to two podcasts, like our organization has been to, no, not sorry, no two, not two, three podcasts. And Yes, so through the podcast as well, we are tending to educate more people.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, that sounds great.
How would you say you have grown throughout the process of creating a brand and doing what you are passionate about?
I think I grew a lot mentally and emotionally. Like I previously mentioned, I learned how to fight my own fears and thoughts and insecurities. I learned a lot about patience because starting a small business definitely teaches you how to be patient. Also, I started believing a lot in myself because when my customers message me and say that my journals made their day, that just feels right. So I'll say that since the past 11 months, I have grown to be a better version of myself. I became more confident, more patient, more responsible, I guess. So all thanks to crayons.
Well, that is very insightful. What are your further goals or plans in the future? Like, how do you plan on growing this?
I wish to grow even more, and I wish to expand it to outside India as well. Like currently, we only ship our products pan India, and I wish that in the future we ship to different countries as well. So maybe I can send my products to you both too someday. And yes, so about the, I really hope to include more products such as stickers and a lot of things, other things which I am planning, and I hope that I'm able to expand my products range as well.
Hmm. Okay,
Hmm.
yeah, that's great. So I saw on your page, your journals, are they like handwritten or printed? I'm just curious.
No, no, those are completely handmade. The journals and the diaries, it's completely handmade, nothing printed. And I think my USP has become handmade products because, whenever I send my products to people, they really appreciated that it's handmade. And people really like because printed diaries and journals are available widely across the globe,
Hmm.
but handmade journals and diaries are not very easily available. So that's why people really like it, and I think it has become my brand's USP, and I'm really happy about it. But I am planning to do it in a printed way as well. Like I'm planning to have like a printed version of my journals and diaries too in the future.
That sounds great.
Hmm.
Well, moving on to the last question here. What are your ultimate tips for a great self care process here?
So I'm not an expert in this yet, but I would definitely share some of my realizations when it comes to self care. I think in order to take care of yourself, you should definitely engage in positive self talk. I mean, talk to yourself like you talk to someone you love. Because positive self talk is like the most important thing when it comes to self care, in my opinion. And following positive quote pages on Instagram and social media pages helped me a lot personally. So maybe you guys can try that as well. And some beautiful and calming self care activities can include going on a walk while listening to good music, taking a nap, journaling, taking a long hot shower, and absolutely doing anything you enjoy, or just do nothing and watch a good movie. And I'm not gonna lie, I myself struggle to experience self care sometimes, but I'll definitely keep trying, and I hope you guys keep trying as well. At the end of the day, don't forget that your past version is so proud of you and you're amazing. Just keep going.
That is very inspiring. I personally struggle to take time for myself and, you know, do some self-care process for myself on a daily basis. I only do them like maybe once a week, and I do feel like sometimes I should take some time out of my schedule to do this in order to feel better each day. You do this on a daily basis, right? Like taking care of yourself.
So, like I mentioned, that I myself struggle to experience self care. So, it becomes very difficult for me also, to experience it on a daily basis and to do self care activities on a daily basis. But I try to do at least one thing, which I like in a day. Either I just go for a morning walk or an evening walk, or go down to play with my friends, or watch a good movie, or just take a nap.
Mhm.
Anything. So it I really try myself, to engage myself in these activities, at least one activity per day. But it becomes difficult sometimes, especially after the pandemic, where when everybody is dealing with so much mentally and emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that, along with me, we all grow together.
Yes, definitely, definitely. I just strongly agree with you, like how people are not talking to themselves enough, because I think it's a great way to understand yourselves and to know what you're struggling with in life just by having a conversation with yourself, to look back your day, to see like what agitates you or what makes you happy, and through that process you can get to know yourself better.
Yes. And I think that, most of the people and most of the teens and youth have an habit to talk to themselves, or, just have thoughts, in mind. Of course, everybody has thoughts. But, like earlier, I have an habit of, just talking and chatting to myself, which is creepy for some people, but I just enjoy it. So earlier I used to, sometimes I used to have negative self-talk, which I realized that it's not good for my mental health and it is bothering nobody else but me. So I changed that negative self talk into positive self talk. And that has completely changed me as a person and my mental health. So I think that it is the first thing which you should do to encourage self care, because talking to yourself is, like everybody has some thoughts, about themselves. So just have positive thoughts instead of negative.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And just to add on another question, what about meditation? I've read online about, meditating really helps with centralizing your thoughts and making you more of a positive person. What do you think about that?
So, honestly speaking, I have tried a lot of times I have tried meditating and meditation practices and exercises, but I just can't focus. Like I'm talking personally, it's very difficult for me to focus while I'm meditating, and I have tried it a lot. Everybody advises me to do so. So, like my elder sister, she is very much into meditation and she meditates on a regular basis. So she herself, guided me to practice meditation. So I tried it. But for some people, meditation is not just sitting with your eyes closed and, not think anything. For some people, I think meditation can be engaging themselves in fun activities which they think it is peaceful. Like I find solace and peace when I am on an evening or morning walk alone. So, that is a kind of meditation for me because I feel very calm and composed that time. So, I don't really believe that meditation is just sitting in your room and, closing your eyes and not thinking anything. I think meditation can be different for different people according to according to what they feel, what will help them feel calm and peaceful. So I think meditation is not just that, but it can be different practices as well.
Yeah, I definitely heard a lot about meditation, but I just want to be transparent and be mindful here that some people practice meditation in a way that could potentially harm one's mental health if it's overdone or if it's not done correctly. So I just want to be mindful to let people know that it should be done in a right way.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So as we approach the end here, Prisha, do you have any last words you want to say to our audience?
I'll just say that I had such a good time here, and I really hope that our listeners enjoyed listening to our conversation as well. And I'm not an expert in self care and, spreading positivity, but I really believe that, everything happens for a good reason. So, if things are not going on right for you right now, then that doesn't mean that it won't be right anytime in the future. So just keep going and it will be for good. So, yes, I think that's it. And thank you so much, Isabella and Glenn, for having me here. And I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. And I can really say that Tina podcast is the best.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Thank you for listening to this episode. Remember to like, subscribe, and share our channel.
Also, comment down below if you have any thoughts. You could click on the bell to get notified when we upload a new video as well.
Thank you and bye.